Well, before we came to Sylvan, we had tried a couple other tutoring centers, and my girls just hated going. I mean, that's why I noticed the difference with like night and day with Sylvan, because they just, you know, they wouldn't. In fact, I found out, you know, after a couple weeks, or I think we tried it for about a month, one of the instructors at the other program came to me and said, you know, your daughter is hiding. She's not doing her work. She's hiding it. And I looked around in the car, and there was all her work. She hadn't done it because she hated doing it, and she didn't like going, and she said, Dad, I just hate it. So I dropped that after a month. We gave it a try. And so it's like night and day coming to Sylvan, because they like coming. It's been 2 years now for me, going on 2 years, and they never complain about coming. And then afterwards, I'll say, you know, how was your day? Oh, we had a good time. We had, you know, and they always learn, and they always seem to have fun. I don't know how Sylvan keeps doing that, but they seem to do it.
I like Sylvan because I can help to teach them. And basically, I read book in Japanese. I teach many things in Japanese to my children, and I need somebody to help my English part. In this early age, bilingual is tough to get through the path. Yeah. But luckily I have the expert, and I have known Sylvan, and I have had a good teacher and good support. Sylvan helps a lot.
Math was a big problem for her. She would have stomach aches every morning before school, especially if there was a math test. Anytime there was math homework, there were screaming tantrums. This was in 4th grade. And so we knew we needed to get her some extra help. So we thought, well, we could try private therapy, which we've done in the past, and that helped a little bit. But my friend's child was going to Sylvan, and I decided to come and check it out. And then Mary Catherine showed me how they do the testing and how they look for all the different skill sets and see where is she falling down, what skills does she have, what skills does she need. And then after the assessment, we could see that, oh, look at all these holes she had down in the 1st grade area. There were things she didn't get. So she started working on all those hole areas and made such tremendous progress in just a little bit of time. She came for 1.5 years, and at that time she was making A's then in the 6th grade in math, doing beautifully, really understood it, liked math, didn't complain about math, which was huge, and liked coming here. And didn't complain about coming here either. And I was a complete convert. I definitely recommend Sylvan to anybody who's concerned, and I have recommended Sylvan to many of my friends and clients of mine whose children are struggling in math or reading. And I like the individualized approach. I like the fact that they look for the skill sets that the child is missing, and they work specifically on that so that they have that foundation strongly, so that they're able to be successful in school, because that's what it's all about. We want our kids to be successful.
I went to college, was taking some classes over there. I wasn't really getting the kind of feedback I needed, and it just wasn't working for me. So, you know, and I had a really serious discussion with my folks, and they said, hey, well, you know, we could check out some other options. And I said, okay, I'd be willing to do that, you know, and we looked up Sylvan, and next thing you know, I'm passing Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, and it just, you know, I was definitely the underdog, and I came up on top. Without Sylvan, I would definitely, probably wouldn't have got close to passing those classes, either one of them. I had no idea where I was going to be, you know, what I was going to do. You know, the options were slim to none, you know, and now everything's are, you know, just like straight narrow, you know. It's a really good feeling.
She did good in the little grades, and then 4th grade came and things got harder. And we would all night long be trying to do homework, to the point where reading and all the other core classes fell to the wayside because math became the emphasis, and the more math became the emphasis, the more emotional it got. And I saw Sylvan, and I just came over, and I was just in tears. I was at the end of my rope. Before Sylvan, she didn't feel good about herself. She had an attendance problem. She felt her self-worth was minimal because other kids could do things that she couldn't do. And just to get up in the morning sometimes was an effort to get out the door. After Sylvan, her self-esteem is where it should be. She's on honor roll, and things are going very well for her.
Just because they take the time to explain everything to you, and there's one teacher with 3 kids, and it's not one teacher with like 20 kids, and you get personal attention, and they can help you step by step, even if it takes the whole hour to do something.
Unfortunately, the schools can't do it the way Sylvan can with the one-on-one attention, which is unfortunate, but they can get it here. The results are phenomenal. Her self-esteem is phenomenal. You look at them and you know where they've come, where they've been and how far they've come, and you know, she could touch the moon if she tried. I recommend Sylvan highly.
Well, with my first son, it started in kindergarten. So, you know, conferences came along, and you know, he was a little behind, but they're always kind of, you know, reassuring you and telling you, well, this is normal and that's normal, just keep up on the reading and so on and so forth. And by second grade, the middle of second grade, or conferences, which were in November, he was failing. And we just looked at each other, and I'm like, well, I'm going to call Sylvan. So after coming to Sylvan, after about a month, the teachers really noticed a change. I noticed a change. They had said to me, you know, we can tell that it's working. We can tell he's, you know, looking at me when I'm talking. He's not looking away. He's not getting up to go to the bathroom or wash his hands or get a drink of water. He's engaged. He's listening. He's just more confident. And, you know, it was just the best news. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, you know, along with your education comes self-esteem. And I think along with Sylvan, with learning, you know, what you need to learn to keep moving forward in your education, it's your self-esteem as well. I would recommend Sylvan to everybody, and I do. Some parents may feel like, oh, let's keep this a secret. My child's in tutoring, my child's at Sylvan. I have told everybody. I've had friends whose children are like, I want to go to Sylvan. I want to go to Sylvan. Like, I'm so proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it. You know, it's great. And he's ahead now. He's ahead of the game, which is, you know, great. I can't say enough. It's like the best investment I've ever made, besides buying a house.